night moon, by the way. It's fascinating.
The colors are great,
and also it's just so surreal. Again, it's like an acid. It's what I imagine an acid trip to be like.
What you imagine? Have you ever done acid? No, really? No. Well, it's time. We're doing it tonight.
Oh, please.
Yes, we are.
No.
Okay. Have you gotten high at the Oscars, Snoop? Yeah, at the Oscars.
I've never been to the Oscars, but when I do go, you better know that I will.
So that is a very drunk Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen last night on CNN's special New Year's Eve. And that pair of gentlemen were two of the most plastered people in the North American continent last evening. But the most plastered pair of people in the North American continent last night was the two people we're bringing on right now. You remember that? They were supposed to be in studio, but unfortunately we're mostly vomiting today. Caroline and Jane are back after no call, no showing to the Burn Barrel podcast here in northern Massachusetts. They're in Boston, where they spent the night sleeping in their own vomit. Jane, how are you guys doing? You look fine.
We've been better.
Well, I mean, it's all relative, I guess. You probably don't look how you would want to look, maybe. So what did you do last night? How did this happen? This tragedy, this snubbing that the Burn Barrel podcast got, and you've got a huge audience of people who want to see you. They demand it. You guys are hot commodities.
We just had a couple of our friends who have been in our little pod over to our apartment and had a little too much champagne.
First names only, please. Or full names is fine. Who was over?
So it was us.
Wow, they're already shady and evasive.
It was us, my boyfriend, and then two of our other friends.
Oh, Alice, her boyfriend was there. Any comments?
I'm going to refrain today because we're live to our apartment. I don't know who's there.
Oh, are they there right now? Those same people? Well,
my boyfriend's in my room.
I enjoyed meeting them. I thought they were fun and swell. Alice, thoughts?
I think everybody's wonderful.
Jane, sounds like she's holding something back, doesn't it? What were you drinking last night, Jane?
What?
What were you drinking?
Lots of champagne, and Caroline made French 7s.
I made French 75s.
75s.
What are those?
It's like gin, lemon juice, simple syrup, and Prosecco.
Ah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
This is why you're such a marketable young lady, Caroline. What is that drink has such panache.
I know, it's super easy too, and it is full of alcohol.
And the name sounds fancy.
And it sounds fancy, but it's really not that fancy.
Yeah, champagne's a tough one though. That'll give you the hangover the next day.
Yeah, I think that was the issue.
What did you guys do?
We just played games, really. Watched a little bit of the CNN coverage, but not closely, which was funny because I feel like I watch a ton of CNN and Caroline watches a ton of Bravo. So it was like when worlds collide.
Oh, yeah. Well, they had fun. And I got to say, it actually, it was kind of a likable evening. Anderson Cooper is definitely a lightweight, and Andy Cohen enjoys his drink and drugs. There is no doubt about that. But it's funny. Did you see this part with Snoop or no?
No. We should watch this. Yeah.
Can you guys hear this when I play audio out of this? Did you hear the?
Yeah, we heard it.
So this is Snoop, and Andy Cohen, to his credit, asks Snoop the questions that you would want him to ask Snoop.
Okay, have you gotten high at the Oscars, Snoop? Yeah, at the Oscars.
I've never been to the Oscars, but when I do go, you better know that I will.
That laughing is a drunk Anderson Cooper unable to continue.
Is that funny?
Oh no, it gets funny.
Liz, you just put that on my hit list, Andy.
Have you gotten high at a late night talk show?
Of course.
I know. He's gotten me high. at a late night talk show.
Letterman, Leno, Kimmel.
Have you
Yes.
gotten high on CNN?
No, but in front of the CNN building on Sunset Boulevard, I have.
Damn straight he did. That's Anderson Cooper. How drunk is he?
I like his laugh.
Snoop, have you gotten high at the DMV?
Question.
That would be a no.
Notice how Snoop sounds like Seth Rogen?
That would be a no.
Doesn't he?
Let me.
It doesn't really sound like
I'm
Snoop
gonna wrap
Dogg.
on this game. Have you gotten high at a brisk?
That's Anderson Cooper, that laugh.
Oh my God.
Have you?
Yes.
So neither of you have ever been high, so I can't play that game with you guys, unfortunately. But they had fun on CNN last night. So, another coming. So how did the evening end? Or in your best recollection, how did the evening end?
I mean, we played, what is it?
Cheers, Governor.
Cheers, Governor, for like hours.
Is that just a drinking game?
Yeah, it's a good drinking game.
Do they
You count to 21, and if you make it to 21, you go, cheers, Governor, and then you make a new rule. And to start out, the rule is 7 is 14 and 14 is 7.
So you like go in a circle.
So like at the
everyone
beginning,
says
like it's fine, but then like as people like mess up, you have to drink more, and then it's like gets hard when there's lots of rules.
Yeah, well, so I found when I was young that the problem with drinking games, especially if you have real drinkers there, is that the rules like fall by the wayside very quickly, and there's no order in this civilization.
Yeah, I think we lost it pretty quick.
Yeah.
So Caroline, wait, was she single last time? Or was she lying?
Yeah, I'm still single.
Still single, okay. And we had you talking to middle-aged men in the middle of the night. Nah, I shouldn't have to-
I haven't talked to any old men recently.
You know what? I'll patch some through to you.
Yeah.
They'll be thrilled, even to just talk. Okay, and how would you say, Caroline, that your happiness level has been since that last time?
My happiness level?
Yes.
I mean, it's been fine.
Alice, can you ask them shady questions so I don't have to?
What do you mean?
No
I know
shady
it's shady.
questions.
We're not shady.
No, they're not but shady.
We're
questions.
just sleepy.
I want to make sure we service the people who are watching this right now who are of questionable reputation.
I don't know how to. I don't know what. I'm not of a
Ask some
questionable reputation. I don't know. So, have you gone out with any guys recently who meow or make other animal noises?
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, that guy. I forgot about that guy when the last time we were on the podcast. We just sort of
We
stopped texting.
So what happened to the meowing guy? You just stopped texting.
We would text a little bit, but then like we never like met up again. Then like neither of us have really reached out or anything. So
And
it's like fine. It's like whatever.
We quarantined before Christmas and stuff. So I feel like we haven't been doing anything. Which is probably why we got way too drunk last night and slept all day today.
What advice would you have for 22-year-old girls just out of college who are now entering the professional workforce who are looking to date?
Don't do it. No.
I think that you're right. Why would you? I mean,
I don't know. Now it just doesn't seem like a good time to really be like putting that much effort into it.
Because of like the pandemic?
Because of the pandemic and stuff. And it's just like, I don't know.
Right, it's hard. Like you don't want to be going to lots of different restaurants and like
people have different like comfort levels and like I don't know. Like I think I said this last time. It's like people are either. I don't think I've met like a single person or been talking to a single person on any of the apps in the past like 2 months that for the most part they're like just looking to like meet up for like
go ahead
for sex.
That's the kind of thing.
I don't know how to talk about that.
So do you know that when you're talking to guys, when you're on dates, you do know, I'll put it that way, that they're lying to you almost completely?
About what?
About whatever it takes to make you think that they're much better people than they are.
For example, Tom told me that he had a Subaru and I made fun of him for his Subaru. And then he told me it's because he likes to go camping with friends.
All right. I don't have friends and I don't camp, obviously.
You guys go camping now.
Oh, we go camping now. I made us go camping. I was promised camping in the road shore.
Damn it. Like we're gonna do it.
So now we camp with friends. But he's
been holding on to that lie the entire marriage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it.
So I knew two guys who probably are watching this. They're the questionable guys. But I knew two guys.
Oldies?
No, well, younger than me, a little older than you, probably mid-30s, actually.
Oh, that's acceptable.
For you, that's
age.
young. Your last guy was 72, I think you said.
Yeah.
But I know a couple of guys who used to go, and maybe I told you this already, and there wasn't it back in the early in 2002. There wasn't much for dating apps. I don't even think Match.com was.
No, I don't know.
But they would go to these these. There was a site called Hot or Not. Do you remember that? You would.
Oh my God, I
do.
remember that. Yeah.
So there's a thing, Hot or Not, and it was kind of a dating site / message board thing.
Mostly it was like you rated people's pictures.
Oh wait, that's how Facebook got started, right?
I guess
Kind
so.
of, but this was
I don't know. Didn't Mark Zuckerberg see something similar to that?
Maybe,
and
yeah.
Facebook.
But yeah, but Hot or Not was just all people's pictures, and you would click through and rate them 1 to 10.
through 10.
I mean, that sounds like Tinder.
But then you could talk to the people.
Right. And so these two guys were fine looking guys, but they used absolutely fake model pictures.
And catfish?
Is that what that is?
Oh, wait. I actually have a funny story.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. Related to catfish and weird guys on the internet.
What's catfish?
So
that's when you put a fake picture of yourself.
Okay. Well, that was before it had a name, but absolutely. And it worked. It didn't matter. By the time, they met the girls they were dating, whatever. It didn't always work, but it worked a lot.
Oh, but the girls were like, oh, I don't care that you're not your picture because I liked your personality.
I don't think the girls were that wholesome. I mean, but the girls were not. They were happy that a guy walked through the door, I guess. I don't know. But it seems like such a disrespectful level of, communication, of lying, of just a false identifying yourself that you would think as a woman, you would think no way. You don't give me something, at least represent yourself in a picture. Honestly, to me, because obviously, but then again, that goes to guys just lying. Guys generally don't care. They don't. It doesn't matter. If at the end of the day, when I was 22, if at the end of the day, if going in drag was something that women thought was great, then I would have. But go ahead. What were you saying, Caroline? You were telling us.
So yeah, I was gonna say because this actually, when we were it was either when I was I don't know, it was a week ago. So there's this guy I matched with on one of the apps, and we started talking, and then but right away, his second question, or one of his first questions was can I ask you something? I'm sorry, I'm gonna be really open here, or whatever.
I know you're gonna
no, it happened again. Okay. So this happened a week ago, and it was I hadn't matched with the name or the pictures or anything before, and he was do you find circumcision hot or not? And I was like, what? And he was I was like, are you? He's like, sorry, I'm super open, but I asked because I'm getting circumcised in January or something. And I was like, this is so weird. But I had interacted with this guy before, he was using a different name, different pictures,
but exact same
combo. Exactly the same combo. And two of my friends have interacted with him before. That's how I knew it was obviously a ploy or whatever. Like, that's the thing is I don't really get it. Like, what do you get by asking girls what they think about circumcised dicks?
I think
like, I don't really understand the point, but
I think he's looking for an entree into that realm of conversation.
So that's a weird.
Always talking about that part
I'm going to be out of commission for the next few weeks.
Yeah, or like for one of my friends
no.
who said it was his friend who was getting circumcised.
No, I think he generally wants you talking about
that part of his anatomy.
Yes. And if you're just even talking about that part, then that's a good probably sign.
He's like, great. I don't know. Since it was the second time I reported him.
Or maybe like he has a fetish. There is a whole world of people online. Tom and I have talked a little bit before. I've informed him of the existence of OnlyFans and stuff like that. There's a whole world of women that make money by being really insulting to men, about how much money they make and how they're pathetic losers and they're small or they're and there's guys that get off on that. There are guys that pay them.
I get that for free
to talk to them. Well, honey, you made the good long-term decision, which is to get married so somebody can talk down to you all the time. But some men out there who are not so lucky have to pay for the privilege to have women trash talk them because they get off on it. So that exists. It's a thing.
I one time on the apps I encountered a guy who that was one of his fetishes, but he would talk to me about how his when he was dating his ex-girlfriend, she would go on the apps and get dick pics from guys and then send them to him and be like, your dick's so small compared to this dick. And he once
again, the Caroline edition of the show is going to have to be heavily cleaned up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
We talk about politics, family, lifestyle, and
well, that's just one of the fetishes that's out there on the apps.
Yeah, this is a scientific.
It's merely doing a study.
So I was when I was a young guy, 23 or 24, I had a girlfriend and a guy. Me and my friend were there with my girlfriend and his girlfriend, who was really my girlfriend's friend, who he was hooking up with. So he
so you were all friends.
Yes, I guess. So so the guy came over from another table, started talking to my girlfriend, saying, "Oh, by the way, just so you know," and his buddy was with him, and it was obvious from the very first nanosecond that these dudes are just hitting on them. And he goes, "Just so you know, can I buy you guys a drink? I just want to have one more drink with somebody before I'm having treatments because I have testicular cancer." And I was like, and my girlfriend then was like, oh my God, really? With something really? You don't say really. So my other guy eventually just stopped and said, guys, F off, whatever. But she was like, what? But that's so cruel. He's really sick. I was like, no way, really sick. There's no way any guy who's approaching a woman for any reason, unless, it's Isaac Mizrahi and you're wearing killer heels or whatever. Any guy who approaches a woman for any reason, especially young people, single people at a bar, there's only one reason, ever. And, I just thought it was funny. But he also used that, an ailment that was in an area.
Yeah, that's so odd.
That is weird.
It allows them, under the guise of having a clinical medical health conversation, to be centering the conversation around that.
Yeah, but
I just want to know, does it ever go anywhere? Does the guy who talks about getting circumcised, which he's obviously not gonna be getting circumcised,
because it's happened
over the past 6 months.
Well, no, that guy might be just either there's the 1 in a million chance that those are the correct combination of words that somehow hit you in the heart and oh my God. Which is probably little, but I think it's probably flashing. Probably enjoys.
Maybe he's looking for a girl to be like, oh, well, do you want to hook up one last time before that? Or I don't know. I don't get it.
Tim says on the YouTube live chat that he should have used a fake French accent as well. That would have helped. Possible. The guy trying to hook up.
Ooh. Not bad. Does that work on you guys? Are you impressed by Europeans? Oh, you were just dating an Irish guy, weren't you?
Yeah, I like accents.
Yeah,
But
and that's pretty
really
standard.
more like English, Irish, that kind of like in there.
Yeah, that's pretty standard, and that's why I think that's the.
But it would be difficult to do. I feel like it'd be difficult to like do a fake accent.
Your audio's a little muted, so something. Oh, there we go.
Oh, sorry. Are you? Is it?
You good
No,
now?
no.
Can you hold it now? Can you hold it? My hand is tired. It'd be like Hilaria Baldwin, right? Where you're like,
yes.
Maybe you're just like keeping up the ruse like forever.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. Especially since like she's so Brahmin blue blood. She's one of yours, Caroline.
Yeah. One of mine.
Yeah, you're big into being on the Pilgrim's boat.
Like he's saying, like you're like a
Brahmin.
Oh yeah. Like she was born in Cambridge. I think I don't even think her family is Spanish. I think her dad just
they're not.
No,
he just like studied Spanish literature or something in college.
Yeah, she's like Hillary Cabot Lodge Swenson. She's
and her brother's name is Jeremy.
Yeah,
Like,
Hillary
Yeah.
Hayward Thomas is her name, and her family was like here at the Pilgrims. Her grandparents are like from Nebraska. There's no like about
into
her.
the house she grew up in this house in Beacon Hill that I don't know how well you guys know Beacon Hill, but on Pinckney Street, it's very kind of a famous house. It's one of the few that's an actual house that's set back rather than a brownstone. It's an iconic place. And that's like that. You couldn't be more New England Yankee.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite was when she was like, I forget how you say in English.
Cucumber.
It's like
my favorite was when there's like an interview clip with her mom where like her mom is like talking about her kids. So she's like, Jeremy, blah, blah, blah. And then she like has to pause before she says like Hillary's name because she's like, oh, and my daughter, Hilaria. She like,
yeah, she paused.
Didn't know what to call her.
She paused because she's wondering like, is Hillary still in this?
Yeah, like what's her name now?
I play along still with this psycho kid I have.
Have any of the family members like spoken out about what's happening or like corroborated?
No, I don't think so.
No, they live. So her family members live in Mallorca now. They all moved there because the family legitimately does like Spain and has traveled there a lot.
Right.
But she like in interviews, she'll be like, "Oh, I have to go home to Mallorca." Like,
well, and she said in one interview, she was like, "Oh yeah, I moved to America when I was 19," but
it's like
she was
that's
born
not
and
true.
grew up here in like high school.
Yeah.
Well, and Alec Baldwin was like making fun of her accent in an interview. He was like imitate, like, "Oh, I have to
I saw that."
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not racist when I make fun of the accent. My wife's from Spain."
Which he was thrilled at. That gave him.
Does he know
he was originally?
I think she did trick him.
That
was her saying she went camping.
That's
like
why the
Tom.
kids. That's why the kids are Gilberto and Leonardo and things. All the kids have exotic.
Oh yeah, all the kids. There's like Carmen and Eduardo.
Carmen and Romeo.
Ricardo.
Kind of reminds me. We had when we were teachers. We were getting our masters in teaching, and we had a professor who was like the English as a second language professor. So it was like teaching us how to be ESL teachers. But she would always like we sometimes as a class would go out to restaurants and stuff, but like she was one of those people that would be ordering at a Spanish restaurant and she'd be like, "Okay, can I please have?" Then she'd be like, "Burrito," like or whatever, so aggressive. It's like,
I thought you were gonna say there was a teacher at Lexington High School who was Mr. Lopes. Do you remember Mr. Lopes?
Yeah.
And he always said in his classes that he was hired because the school administration thought he was Spanish and that it was Lopez and that he was an affirmative action hire, but he was white.
But it wasn't actually.
Yeah.
But that
he was like telling his students that.
Yeah, that is what he was telling.
That over enunciation stuff is really horrific, and even with like old school, like not even old school, but like even with Italian people when they're like, "I have to prosciutto." Come on.
Right. It's like the people who studied abroad in Barcelona.
But they're
Ryan Crowley on the
I get annoyed when people say like crepe instead of crepe. But I don't
feel that way about French words.
I do only feel that way about French words. Crepe is wrong. Like,
do you say Paris when you're talking about going to Paris, or do you just say?
Well,
Paris?
It should be. I mean, the crepe has an S on it always, doesn't it?
No.
They're not. I mean,
No.
well, I mean, it's wrong, but we're not beholden to use the French pronunciation. We don't do it on.
But like, shouldn't we? I don't know.
No.
It's like
But
their
should we be saying like
thing.
hero or whatever?
On the YouTube, Brian Crowley says, "Can we please speak Spanish? I want to feel like I'm back in my homeland."
Caroline, you speak French, right?
Un petit peu.
Allison, Ellie, you speak French.
Oui, je parle français.
Same with Jane. Jane and I took French in middle school and high school.
Did you still took French in high school, Jane? I don't know why.
Parler français for a few minutes.
Je parle français.
I don't know if I could do it for a whole minute.
Corbeil,
really
Corbeil.
Je ne sais
Like,
pas.
high school education is really.
I can understand more than I can say.
And neither are a lot.
Emily wants to know if
There are
I
a lot
found
of
my
background.
phone yet on YouTube. No, I have not found the phone. The 2-year-old hid it somewhere in the house. It's gone and it's out of batteries, so we can't find it.
Oh, you still haven't found it?
No,
Oh my god.
could be anywhere. Doesn't matter.
Like
Like a landline?
Maybe
No.
like Pepper ate it or something.
A landline I think is fine, I think.
People's dogs have definitely eaten their iPhones. I feel like I've seen that before.
you could totally have like chucked it in the recycling bin or something.
Yeah.
And we'll never find it again.
They'll do anything. The kids they don't care.
Especially if it ran out of batteries and he was like, "Oh, what is this? This is useless now."
Hey, by the way, guys, I saw the movie yesterday. Actually, matter of fact, have you seen it?
Roadhouse?
No, yesterday.
Oh, the movie
It's the
yesterday.
Beatles song. Does all the Beatles songs?
Yeah, no, I started watching it one night last summer, but I was like so tired. I never actually watched it.
Caroline, have you seen it?
No.
So listen to this. I didn't want to see it, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a cutesy thing about the guy finds a Beatles song. No, you know what it's more like in its charming way? It's more like Love Actually. That's why you guys.
Oh, really?
Total British humor, total, self-aggrandizing. Not a self-aggrandizing. What's that called when you not aggrandize?
Self-deprecating.
Right. It's really charming, and it's just for its Britishness. So I was surprised, and I would highly recommend it.
Wait, that's the one where he wakes up and nobody remembers the Beatles, and he like
sings all their
sings
songs.
all their
Yeah.
songs.
It
and, like-
looks really good. And
Yeah.
I
surprised.
actually really like the other movie about the Beatles, the like Across the Universe one too. Totally different, but I thought they did a good job with covers and stuff in that.
I never saw that.
That was considering that was a bunch of musical vignettes. Really, that was a pretty appealing movie.
Yeah, and
it's
like visually,
an
a really
extended
cool
music
movie.
video for a bunch of Beatles covers.
Yeah,
So-
whatever.
Yeah,
happened.
it was awesome.
It was on
And
there.
I loved how they changed some of them. The "I Want to Hold Your Hand" became a sad song, and I don't know, it was
That's the
interesting.
one, is that what that had Across the Universe by Fiona Apple, or is that not?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, so tomorrow, Roadhouse.
I don't know. Caroline's going to tie one on again tonight. Well, there's a very cool laser light show up here.
Oh yeah, actually that is really cool.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna have to come and watch and then leave because we have a movie night planned. Oh, a different movie night planned tomorrow night.
What's the movie?
I don't know. It's probably just going to be like our girlfriends getting together and like drinking wine and saying we're going to watch a movie, but we don't actually.
Oh,
And then because we call it a movie night, you're like, you can just wear sweatpants and stuff.
right. And since you say it's just like drinking wine, it's really just getting plastered, but under plastered.
We'll see if I recover.
I saw an article this week that was entitled, and I didn't read it because I was angry at it, but it was entitled "Vodka in the Coffee Mug When Pandemic Drinking Goes Too Far." And I was like, well, I feel really judged now.
What else is there to do?
I know. People who are getting through the pandemic without drinking, you're very heroic, but I'm not that person.
Especially on New Year's.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, but at least even if Jane's driving, at least Caroline can drink during Roadhouse. I think it's a movie that requires some drinking.
Yeah, I would think so. Or do we have to reschedule again, Alice?
We
I
could
want
reschedule since we're doing this today and it was kind of longer.
I want
And then
Jane
another
in
time.
top form for this next one.
Yeah,
Caroline,
I feel like I'm not going to be in top form tomorrow, honestly. And I don't want to have to like rush out of there.
Hangovers just don't hit like they used to.
I know. What is that? Welcome to 29.
Yeah. Man, that's tough stuff. Well, all right. Is there any parting message you have, Jane? Obviously, you guys have all sorts of suitors online who would like to take your hands in marriage. Do you have any advice for them?
For the suitors?
Your chance. They could just send resumes to you.
Oh yeah, they should. Everyone should
Caroline.
Send, like fun resumes.
Make your best case to go on a date with Caroline.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. I won't get any based on how I look right now. At least I won't look any worse than this.
It's the opposite of a catfish. You're weeding people out.
Well, all right, Alice, you have any final questions?
No, I still want to watch Roadhouse tomorrow, though. So
well, you're going to have to handle the diplomatic part of that with your sister. Who knows? Maybe you should sweeten the deal for them, Alice.
I just feel like between Albie's vet appointment and then us having to leave in the evening, maybe we should do a different day.
The window is closing. Jane's making a
We could do Sunday.
Well, you were saying what, 3 to 5? It's dark by 5. You could watch the laser show at 5.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
You're saying we could do it Sunday?
She was saying we could do Sunday. I mean, we could just do tomorrow. We'll figure it out. We'll see how we feel tomorrow.
And if you guys out there watching this, please make your best pitch to them in the comments section of YouTube, please. Why they should do it tomorrow. And send your information. I will send your information, get your information to Caroline. And
Tim is accusing you, by the way, on YouTube comments. He's saying that you guys are going to watch Twilight for your movie night.
I mean,
maybe I haven't really watched that in a while.
See, Tim, you've inspired them. Now they are going to watch Twilight.
All of them.
Oh, the Blader ones got so bad.
Didn't there? I think she just recently released the book through Edward or
his perspective.
Yeah,
it's are people still reading this?
I don't want to say his name, Jane, but what is Jay doing right now?
What
is John doing right now?
Oh, he's just in my room chilling. He's also hungover.
I see. Alice, anything?
He was hungover after Christmas on our house too, I bet.
Alice, anything? Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
No, nothing.
Uh-oh, this is getting ugly.
What?
Nothing.
Well, I think he's a nice fella, Jane. And
thank you. He is.
Good chap. Alice, thoughts?
She's very nice.
Oh, you're just a pot stirrer.
Okay. We'll talk later.
I'm not thinking this is yesterday's show or anything, Jane, whatsoever. All right, my work here is done. All right, Jane and Caroline, thank you. Check out
thank you guys.
They will be looking, you guys who are watching, they'll be looking at the comments. You guys look great. I'm glad that you're healthy and having fun and you had a good New Year's. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Bye, guys. Happy New Year.
Bye. All right, Alice, I'm going to turn this up. Did I do the right thing?
Yeah.
I left meeting. Was I supposed to?
You left yeah, that's fine.
Now I see your face.
Oh.
Now what are we showing online?
Now we're showing you and me on our normal cameras. I transitioned the thing over. We're still live streaming with everybody.
Wow.
On YouTube.
Well, that is great. Let me see what
I know. We're starting to get advanced.
So it is New Year's Day, 2021. It is an interesting day. Alice, you know what I could use from you? Matthew McConaughey had a missive on social media today.
Mm-hmm.
And I need your help in deciphering exactly what, if anything, he's talking about.
Oh, 2020, you year of wouldas, couldas, and limbos of the maybe-sos. Yes, you made us look you in the eye and recognize. And now, as we stabilize, organize, and get on the ready to respond, we have to reveal and revive so we can testify. It's on you. It's on me. Green lights, baby. Let's go.
There you go. I don't know. Okay, I'll join him because he's overly confident and really cool at everything he does. I have no idea what he was saying. I don't know that he does. It's possible that Matthew McConaughey is just a really good-looking, confident, cool as hell, psychotic.
Wait, can you play it again? I feel like I need to hear that again to try and understand it. Okay.
Oh, 2020, you year of wouldas, couldas, and limbos of the maybe-sos. Yes, you made us look you in the eye and recognize. And now, as we stabilize, organize, and get on the ready to respond, we have to reveal and revive so we can testify. It's on you. It's on me. Green lights, baby. Let's go.
There you go. I'll take peyote for 500, I guess. I don't know.
I know. Ryan and Tim on YouTube feel that there was some kind of mind-altering substance involved as well.
Yes, that is fair to say. He didn't seem. What is maybe green lights?
Janet Morgan points out on YouTube that his book is called Green Lights.
Oh, I see.
So this is some kind of promotion.
We should
for
do this more often. All this feedback is great.
Yeah, I like hearing from.
I want your thoughts on Jane and Caroline. And one, do you think they looked good? I thought they looked fine. Girls always think they look like.
Well, apparently they've been hurling all day too. So
yeah. Well, I mean, we're not that close. I don't know how big the image was, but my Zoom image was. I don't know. Jane always seems to look pretty good. She doesn't even look banging. You look pretty good too. I don't know. I mean, there are some people who, like, obviously I've not drunk in excess in my life, but if I did, I would probably wake up and look like I had been beat with bricks. And there are some people who just like look, oh man, have that look that they're banged up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought these guys, they're fine. I wish that they were here because. You coward, by the way. You know what you said last summer.
I did.
Yeah,
I did. I'll say it again now that they're not on the phone line. I think Jane could do better.
Oh, dang. You know he sees that. Johnny's watching this right now.
I don't know if he's watching
Johnny,
right
I apologize. I think that she can't do better, by the way. That's me. Can he see me? He can't see me. Can he see me?
Well, he can see you if he's live streaming the YouTube channel. I don't know. Yeah. But
Johnny, I am with you, my friend. I'm on Team Johnny.
Okay. Well, here's my thought, and I'm going to be like the person Caroline went with and just be really open. I'm going to be really open.
Hold on. Before you fire the salvo,
okay.
Is it possible that Jane and Caroline could possibly remotely at all think that maybe you could do better?
I'm not insulted by that.
Believe it or not, that is a concept that could be at play somewhere. Go ahead.
So it's not an issue of, his looks or something, or I don't know. It's just that. So I was just frustrated after Christmas because he was complaining at 1 a.m. that she wouldn't drive him home after he'd been plastered the whole day. And he was complaining loud enough for me to overhear him. So I don't see why I should be that worried if he overhears me.
Alice. When you're plastered, you complain.
I think it's babyish to complain about not being driven home by your girlfriend.
Ooh, emasculating words. Once again, I'm distancing myself. I don't want any problem with anything. I mean, but that said, I would not want to be stuck if I'm Johnny.
Ryan on YouTube says that you're a 10.
I am?
Yes.
God bless you, Ryan. Thank you.
Emily agrees with me that it is babyish. I don't know. That was just that turn that rubbed me the wrong way. That scenario.
That said, if I were him, I would not want to be in a house with old people, a bunch of kids and animals here, having to simply pay my dues.
That's
for
fair, but maybe the time to decide that is sometime before 1 a.m.
No, because when you get there, you want to drink as much as possible to make the pain of being there go away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it's generally played.
I don't know.
He also it could be strategic. It could be just racking up free chits, so she knows that she owes him. Even if he didn't want to go home necessarily.
I don't like it.
This is not a good place to be driving. Though you should obviously nobody should drive drunk. Christ, I can't believe that it was so commonplace when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But this town is a town of woods and little streams and gullies and cops, and it's
not a lot of lights either.
No, not a good place to do that. My friend Matthew McConaughey would never do that.
Oh, 2020, you year of wouldas, couldas, and limbos of the maybe so's. Yes, you made us look you in the eye and recognize. And now, as we stabilize, organize, and get on the ready to respond, we have to reveal and revive so we can testify. It's on you. It's on me.
I guess we'll take up arms and follow him anywhere, but I'm not sure exactly why.
Jason says on YouTube that Jane's boyfriend was probably in her room journaling his feelings away while she was podcasting about him. And John is concerned about his plans for tomorrow hinging on the whims of whether millennials are in the mood for a movie or not. So I too am concerned. I put a lot of effort into setting this all up to do this and get this set up so we could stream the movie and talk about it. Ryan says worst journal ever. Oh.
I understand that, Alice, but I think that you're I think Caroline's good to go.
I think they should come here tomorrow after Albie's vet appointment. That's
but
my
we don't
sister's
want
dog.
we want that Jane misbehave. Although she was actually, even when she was, even last time when there were a couple of cocktails served, she was careful. She's got it. Caroline was completely irresponsible.
She's
and not
totally
careful,
uninhibited,
which we love.
But I was thinking too. There's always the possibility that
we gotta go through it there and find Caroline's many X-rated comments and bleep those.
For the audio version.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I gonna say though?
Hey, by the way, I hope everybody had a great New Year's last night. I don't know what you did. Let us know what you did. Put them in the comments there.
Yeah, our kids stayed up and they toasted with sparkling grape juice.
Yep.
At midnight.
Yep. And we watched yesterday. And our neighbor illicitly came over with some great Thai food that he made. It was dang good.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that this week is over.
But yeah, I want them to come tomorrow. I put a lot of effort into the movie watching streaming setup thing that I organized to be able to do it, and I want to be able to use it, and I want to see Roadhouse now, because as I was setting up, I was seeing like little snatches of the movie as I was like testing things, and I was like, "Ooh, I really want to see this now."
There's only one Roadhouse. There's no doubt about that.
He's like doing some like karate moves by this lake with like ridiculous music.
Damn right he was.
Okay.
The way he just I won't say. I'll just say that at some point somebody goes a little over the top during fisticuffs, and the method of finishing out the fight, which seemed at the time like, oh, I guess so, now is jarring.
Oh,
but you'll see that
John is offering to take Jane's dog to the vet for her now on YouTube.
Ooh, nice, John. Good move. That's like the 7-10 split. Not only does that facilitate the show, but it puts him in good with Jane. Using the dog. That is smart.
I'm thinking is, so she said maybe 3 to 5 tomorrow. So I think we should push for that. And look, like if it works, then we can continue with future movie nights. You guys can send us your suggestions of what movies we should watch like next month, and have them come over and watch a movie and educate us in the ways of your Gen X movies that you have.
Like Sam Elliott, Alice?
I don't know what that is.
Whoa.
Just heard a crash somewhere in the house.
We'll see. You get the report first, and then you'll hear the crying. You know, if you have kids, you know how this thing goes.
Yeah, I don't hear tears, so we might be fine.
Well, good. You gave everybody a little taste, Alice, of your sister, which is very mad at me of you. Well done. And I'm glad to see them. Those are good kids. You know.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah, Caroline, come on, guys, step up. She's fun. She's quality people. She's gonna get a job too. Plus,
she won't pretend to be another ethnicity.
No, unless you want to. She doesn't seem to have any overinflated self-esteem, which is a plus. She's probably willing to degrade herself. I'm not talking sexually, Alice, but just like date a guy who is a step down. Not talking about anybody being handcuffed, Alice. I'm talking about. I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes.
You're
in the same way you're willing to degrade yourself because you're so beautiful and I'm so homely. You see, right? That's what I mean.
Okay.
All right. Can we let people get back to their New Year's Day now, Alice?
Yes, we can let people.
Thank you, guys. This was fun. Thanks for all that input, and keep that going. And we will pass everything along to Caroline and Jane.
Yep. I don't know if we'll do every show live in the future.
No,
but we'll do some of them.
Apparently, that doesn't really matter so much to do them or not do them. And I will, if you rate, give us a good rating and review, please do on whatever platform you're listening to, then I will dox Caroline for you and give you personal information.
Rude. So this was a special live edition of the Burn Barrel podcast. You can check us out on Twitter at Burn Barrel Pod, Facebook.com/Burn Barrel Podcast, on the Parler app at Burn Barrel Podcast. You can send us an email, burnbarrelpodcast@gmail.com, and check out our YouTube channel where you may be watching this on a live stream right now, Tom Shattuck's Burn Barrel.
C'est la vie.